past, each generation to the next. Yesterday's heroes, shaping today's, building tomorrow's. It is the natural order, as certain as the horizon. A new look, Elvis, and a new adversary, Pain. His closest rivals now, Sebastian, chasing the king, and Marcus Christensen. Christy and Chris, mountains to climb. Savard, Gagnon, and Bredet on the threshold, and Jean-Michel and Michel halfway home to their horizon. A new year full of drama and emotion, victories. The figure skating season takes us to the 1995 Royal Bank Canadian Figure Skating Championship. We welcome you live to the Metro Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rod Black. We're glad you're along with us for opening night of our CTV coverage. We have 3 days of coverage tonight. We have the men's short program, the pairs free skate still to come. Tomorrow afternoon, the dance competition. Tomorrow night, the men's free skate. And then on Sunday, we wrap it all up with the women's free skate. There have been a lot of storylines here in Halifax this week, but one has been constant and dominating: Elvis Stojko. This was supposed to be the week where Elvis cleans up. He's the world champion. Everyone expected him to come here and win. But as we have come to learn in skating, you can expect the unexpected. Elvis has fallen victim to an ugly word in skating: injury. Medically, he has a slight tear in his anterior talofibular ligament in his ankle. He has a wrenched ankle. Suddenly, the question this week wasn't whether Elvis would win, but whether he would skate. 3 days ago, it looked like he would not. An afternoon practice at the Nationals. Just another routine workout for Elvis Stojko. Another triple for the world champion. Tuesday night, another practice. This one not so routine. Elvis lands a jump, slides, and then crashes into the boards. His right leg takes the blow. X-rays show no breaks, but ligament damage near his ankle. The next morning, Stojko wakes up and limps to hospital.
I don't know how I did it. It was just a fluky thing. It was really fluky, and it just twisted a really weird way, and I couldn't feel my leg or anything. It was really strange. So they're going to see what they're going to do with it.
One doctor says that most people would have the foot casted, but not Stojko. Instead, he decides to test it out at practice. But as soon as he hits the ice, it's evident. The pain is great. The leg is weak. Elvis goes through the motions for the crowd, but jumping is out of the question.
Yeah, I'll give you, I guess you guys have been waiting, I'll give you the lowdown. Well, what I did yesterday was I was landing a double axle, and the rink's very narrow here, and as I stepped forward, the boards were coming pretty quick. So
experts assessed the risk factor yesterday.
Most of us, when we sprain our ankle, we twist it that way. We end up pulling mostly a ligament in there. And that's not the one that Elvis is injured. His injury occurred when he was landing a jump. His foot got in that position and twisted. And that tends to get a ligament right in here, which is one of the main ones that hold these two bones together so that the ankle is nice and stable. So the question arises, is it safe to be competing? Will he do damage? Will he ruin his chances at the World Championships? We're fairly comfortable that this won't happen. The reflexes and pain that he will experience if he stresses this too much will prevent him from doing further damage.
back on the ice for another run. Elvis says the leg feels 1,000% better than it did the day before, but there still is extreme pain, and there still are no jumps. Elvis will leave the rink and leave the talking to his coach, who says they will delay the decision to skate as long as possible, up to the last minute if necessary. Earlier today, Elvis said he was ready. His first jump, he landed it, but not well. This is a tough and resilient customer, a martial artist who knows how to control pain from that sport. But is it too much to ask for someone to skate on this ankle? He can practically not walk on that ankle. And so all week long, everyone has been asking, will he skate? Should he skate? Late this afternoon, Team Stojko coach Doug Lee made the final decision.
Plan is we're going to skate. At this moment, with the amount of recovery that's happened over the last number of hours, and the medical people are certainly the guys that we have to credit, and Elvis's focus and imagery of, you know, he's healed beyond belief, but it's given him a chance, and right now he feels that basically wouldn't forgive himself if he gave up.
It's a little tender right now, but the landing of some of the jumps felt pretty good, and I just got to trust myself.
A very gutsy call. Elvis Stojko says he will skate tonight, but should he skate? Does he risk further injury? Let's join our commentators, our champions, Debbie Wilkes and Brian Orson.
Rod, we know Elvis is one gritty competitor. Think back a month to the Nations Cup. He still won the gold medal after being down with the flu for 3 days. Think even further back to 1992 when Canadians were in Moncton, again in the Maritimes. He skated to a silver medal with a broken foot. Now that event was important for another reason, because at the time, Kurt Browning was the defending Canadian and world champion, elected not to skate, but was still sent to the Olympic Games and the World Championships with a medical bye. So if Elvis is concerned in the event that he doesn't skate today, I don't think he needs to worry whether he'll make it to the World Championships or not.
And also with this injury, it's obvious that Elvis is not physically 100%. So the big question here is it worth the risk? And not so much the risk of hampering with the injury, but the risk of going out there and being defeated. Now, Elvis is extremely willful and a very strong competitor, and he won't give up without a fair fight. So with all that in mind, we also have to remember, too, is that he hasn't skated for 3 days, so it's a tough call. It's his call. Rod?
Well, does this look like a guy who's injured? Maybe he'll skate on his hands. Who knows? Elvis will skate tonight. He'll skate when we come back to the '95 Royal Bank Canadian Figure Skating Championships in Halifax.